I'm Jim Ross. He's Matt Van Horn. And this is the 3 Mile Domination Podcast.
Okay, Matt.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Sweet. It's been a long time coming, but we're jumping in and doing our first podcast.
Yeah, after the response we had in Vegas, I think we really need to do this.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, we kind of did that speech in Vegas, and we got a great response. So we've been talking about doing a podcast for, it's been quite a while. So better late than never. I'm glad we're jumping into this.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah. And again, the purpose of this one here, we're just going to be kind of giving you guys an intro on what our vision is for this podcast and for 3 Mile Domination. Matt and I, we talk every Sunday and at least once a week. Anyway, kind of doing catch up on what's working, what's not working at our stores. So we kind of figured, why not record it and it can benefit on the listeners, and great, here we go. Our main goal, going into this, that's, just being consistent. We want to be able to pump out a product that's, at least on a weekly basis for everybody to, get some nuggets, get some knowledge, and in that week while you're listening to it, actually put some action behind it and implement it. And if that, put some extra money in your pocket and extra rentals, then, we've done our job. As far as, we're going to do a lot of content, as far as we want to do some videos, of course, podcasts. I can see us doing, webinars in the future. It's kind of a wide open field. So I think we're game for anything and everything.
Absolutely. We want to make sure that we give everyone that listens to this podcast something that they can actually take home and use. Not theory, not things that you could possibly do, but hard facts that you can take back to your store, implement, and get some results with. Because, again, getting results is the only thing that really matters. You can come up with all kinds of fun things, but if they're not profitable, it's a hobby. It's not a business.
Oh, perfect. Exactly. I guess, a great way to start would be just to, tell people exactly, who we are to begin with. Why should they listen to us? Where we're coming from our perspective. So, if you don't mind, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Excellent. Well, I started out in the self-storage industry in about 2000 as a store manager. I've grown, both Jim and I have worked on the store level, so we know what it's like in the trenches. It's not like we started in some other industry like retail or something like that and got into self-storage. No, we've actually started on the ground level up. I managed my store for a year in Salt Lake City. Then I moved back to the state of Florida to take over our regional stuff. And since then, I've been, operations manager over a number of self-storage facilities, helped in development, helped in feasibility studies, consulted on a number of projects. So I think we've had a pretty good time frame in this industry right now.
Yeah, so we both kind of came into this, roughly the same time. I started back in 99. It's crazy it's been that long ago. We've been around the block once or twice in the storage industry, but, like you mentioned, we both come from the manager perspective as well. That's where we started at. We managed our own locations for a number of years and, worked our way up as far as, regionals now, looking over, many sites, many employees, and, just that knowledge alone is wonderful, just having that perspective of, we've been there and done that, so to speak.
Absolutely, and I think when you and I talk about 3 Mile Domination, the reason it's needed now is because the industry has changed. When we first got into this industry, they probably really didn't need something like this. We sat behind our desk, the phones always rang, we answered our calls, we converted our prospects, we filled our properties out. That whole world changed in the mid-2000s after the real estate boom, when now you have, instead of 3 competitors in a 5-mile radius, you have 8 competitors in a 3-mile radius. So now it's become more competitive. Therefore, you have to have strategies to fight all this other square footage that's been flooded into your market over the last few years. And we're hoping with this type of system that you guys can take what we've learned and what we've done and what we've studied and bring it out to your stores and be as successful as we've been.
No, exactly, and that's kind of the philosophy behind 3 Mile Domination. That's where the 3 Mile it came from. We're talking about the new competitors coming in your market. It's time to really focus on the 3 mile radius around your facility. It's so hard to pull. And there's nowadays, we're so many locations to choose from. It's hard to draw from outside the 3 mile market, right?
Oh, absolutely. Nowadays, I mean, unless you're in a very, very detailed market, specific market, say Manhattan, New York, where you're going to pull from blocks, or you're in an extremely rural market where you're going to pull from, plus 8 miles out. It's just not going to happen anymore. It's just that the competition, the easy money in the 2000s where people were building all over the place, you just can't do it anymore. So now you have to have more complex strategies. It's, all about marketing and sales now, where it's less about having someone behind a desk. If you have a manager that doesn't want to market and doesn't want to enhance their sales presentation, you just will not succeed in this market anymore. And I would say that's a majority of the markets. Yes, there are a few where you can still stick someone behind a desk and hope and pray the phone rings, but that's very few and far between anymore.
Exactly. So yeah, if we do our job right, we want to give our listeners the tools and the knowledge and materials. Just give everything you can to really succeed in your market. If someone's looking online, looking for a unit, you want to be the stuff they're going to be calling. If someone's driving by and they see your site over and over again, when the time comes to that they need a unit, they're going to think of you. And when you actually get that phone call coming in your manager, you want them trained at the salesmanship and the skills to close that sale. You don't want the price shopper going bouncing around all different sites. If they're calling you, they're going to remember your manager, remember your location, and come back to rent. I guess you can sum it up. The bottom line of 3 Mile Domination is, we want you to dominate your self-storage market.
Absolutely. And what I would also like to say is it's not hard. You don't need a college education for this. I mean, most of the college education marketing level classes I took have no response or no relation in the direct response marketing. Jim and I have spent lots of money, lots of time reviewing a lot of different concepts, attending a lot of different seminars. I specifically attend one once a month as a marketing group that I attend. It doesn't take, all it takes is hustle. And if you just put the right tools in effect and track it the correct way, you can be successful. It doesn't take anything extensive.
No, exactly. So this will be exciting. It's a great venture. We got a lot of ground to cover. I mean, it's in the self-storage market. Sometimes we get the label of, maybe it's a boring industry. We're here to jazz it up a bit. We got a lot to cover. Again, we're going to try to do this at least once a week, something to pump up for you guys, and we hope you enjoy it. We're looking forward to your feedback, comments. Share this to your other facilities, not your competitors, but if you have other locations that's in your manager company or what have you, share the link out. Let's spread the word, and let's make this podcast a great success.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to, going forward with this and discussing a bunch of different things you can use to help you with your occupancy at your stores. And not only just occupancy, but to help you with your revenue management and NOI as well. We'll cover expenses. We'll cover ways to increase revenue. We'll cover ways on how to invest that revenue in ways that will, just increase you on a multiple fold basis in what you're taking in on a monthly basis.
Yeah, definitely right. A lot of topics to cover. We got the time to send it out. So again, look for this once a week. Subscribe to the podcast, and you'll be getting constant updates. All right, so we'll do this again here real soon.
Sounds great. Look forward to it.
All right. Take care. Next time we'll get in the meat and potatoes of it, and we'll actually start getting some strategies on our next call.
Have a great week, folks. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the 3 Mile Domination podcast. Please check us out at our website, 3miledomination.com, where you can download our free ebook, connect with us on all the social media platforms, and to subscribe to this podcast. Please spread the word to those you think that will benefit from this show. Just don't tell your competitors. Thanks again.